KAIJIN mixed martial arts. Day after day, you can see coaches and students work hard. But what is behind the gi and the boxing gloves? That is a question that I am about to uncover.
Welcome to KAIJIN.
I love KAIJIN. I've been training here for 8 years. I've tried a couple other places, and this is definitely my favorite. We have great coaches here, great training partners, and I've learned a lot here.
Possibilities from like jiu-jitsu, boxing, even less than kickboxing, because you have less weapons involved. So with the less weapons you have, the more instinctual it must be. And the way to train that is, unfortunately, drill, drill, drill. All right, let's go, guys.
So I got my hooks in, and I don't just leave my hooks here, okay? I put my heels down, and my legs squeeze, and I pull my heels in. So I'm tight on. It's a little bit of a workout. And I have my seatbelt. Right now he's in the passenger seat side. This will be driver side. This will be passenger side. I'm right-handed, so I choke with my right hand. Yeah, so this you can finish right here just by pulling this elbow back and making it tight. But
You notice what happened? So now follow through on that upper.
The coaches, their knowledge, I think they're really, all of our coaches are really high level, and they really care about the students. So I could go up to, different coaches that are expert in different areas, and they'll have really specific knowledge and really in-depth knowledge to help me with. So I feel like I get a lot of really quality teaching here. Not really. I spent most of the time, I spent time outside of the gym, but it's usually in the context of competing and traveling to compete. So I don't know if I have any really weird stories about that outside of the gym. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have any good ones.
Seems like I am not the only student left to wonder what is behind the boxing gloves.
Yeah, no, I'm actually gonna go. I'm just driving.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's leaving. Hello, Mr. Sam. See.
I'll be.
Hello.
Hi.
What are you? What are you doing?
I'm waiting for you.
Oh, okay. How's it going?
Oh, it's going all right. How's your day?
It's been a very beautiful day.
It is a nice day. Huh?
While the gym's door is closing, Sam opens the doors to his home.
And I just go. It's like a bowl that squirts out the.
How again? How? And that's what happened.
Right. So as that hook comes, as the person comes in, right, I'm stepping back. So that was almost gently let it go, and let go gently. Perfect. So I never want to make a sudden move.
Because then it shows.
It's like a dangerous snake, right? You always want to. Okay. So now that's good. That's perfect. See how I have this kind of ridge of clay that we're going to pull up here? But this is a little weird and bumpy for the inside of my bowl, don't you think?
Yes.
So just take your wet sponge, and I'm going to do it a little
Besides
bit.
coaching at KAIJIN MMA, Coach Sham takes the time to teach those who are interested in the art of pottery, and he shares a story with us.
That. You're going to feel a nice little divot underneath there.
Yeah.
All right, go for it.
This. Oh.
I was at kind of an uncertain time in my life, and I wanted to try something I'd never done before. And I never once ever considered myself to be even remotely artistic. And I still don't necessarily think myself as artistic. But I wanted to try something I'd never tried
more
before,
passionate or feel more creative about it,
it.
depending upon obviously if something is going on outside of my life. For example, like when my father passed away, you know, I didn't feel like I was able to put a lot of focus in on my training. I was just so, you know, consumed with, you know, grief and then worry for my family and other things like that. So there's times when, you know, that you might ebb and flow as a coach, but I always try to keep my energy in class high. And there's other times where I just feel like I'm just being super creative. And a lot of that is I feel that's going on right now. I had an exposure to an idea that there are things like there's stuff out in the world that is worth that you can study and that you can learn, and it's like the idea of craft or art. And we talked about this idea that if you're doing something, you know, if you're going to do something, make that your passion. Well, then do it. Really do it, and that's what I'm talking about. Decide what your passion is. Just do it. Just focus on something for 6 months. Just 6 months. You know, I was talking about.
So you have that. Now in a person, you can translate that. So everything I want to do, if everything that I do, or that I teach, or that you do, or anybody, if it's not helping you in everyday life, it's not making you a better person. Why? Connections between centering your clay and centering yourself. Like why would you try to make something if you yourself were not centered yourself?
One thing that I kind of gained from like this idea of craft with my parents, even though I never really learned any pottery from my mother or anything. My mother studied pottery in Japan, and in Japan, art forms are for a lifetime. You know, it's a way of life, and that includes martial arts as well, or being a doctor, or being a high school teacher, which is enormously well respected over there, as opposed to here, for example. You know, there's not a lot of.
So I hear you say that you started pottery like 10 years ago at a time of a difficult time.
A difficult time for me, yes.
And what was your biggest gain or greatest gain of starting doing pottery and continuing? What influenced you to keep doing pottery for so long?
Oh, it's so addicting. I mean, it's just so fun. I mean, it's a very, very addictive hobby. And I just really liked it. And I liked having exploring a whole new side of myself that I'd never experienced before. This what quote unquote artistic or craft side. I mean, I never did well in any kind of art class as a kid. You know, so I'm like the stick figure. You know, draw that portrait. And it's like a round head with a stick. You know, the little inverted V for the legs and two little arms coming off, like that kind of thing. That was my idea of art, and I grew up around, you know, a great appreciation for art. By the time I studied pottery, I had been to, for example, like St. Petersburg, to the Hermitage twice. I led tours through Italy that included, you know, trips to the Uffizi and to the Vatican, and you know, all these fantastic places. So I had a wonderful appreciation for art. And I was like, well, I could never do anything like that. And of course, I still can't do anything like Michelangelo or Albrecht Dürer or somebody like that. But in my own way, you know, this is what that suffices for me. In the same way that, and when I do martial arts, it's like I'm never going to be Ramon Decker or Giorgio Petrosian or who's famous now,
They changed
I like Vasily Lomachenko. He's such a wonderful fighter. I can never move like that. If I can move the way Vasily Lomachenko moves, maybe for 1 minute my entire life added together, I would be so happy. But for me, we're doing the same thing.
Sorry, here that hook con.
First thing is a drug.
First con.
First thing is a drug.
First con.
First thing is a drug.
First con.
First thing is a drug.
I mean, it's like, so I don't feel any pressure to be a badass fighter myself anymore.
I have to turn out good fighters if I'm going to be a good fight coach, because that's how you're measured. But I want as many people as possible to experience the wonderfulness of martial arts. I mean, look what it did for me. Why would I ever want to hold that back from somebody else? On the contrary, I want as many people as possible to experience that. And those are I would say, my 3 goals.
Yeah.
I think that some people probably really like my coaching style. Some people don't, because like I said, sometimes I'm just like, I don't necessarily know if I use these words, but I'm just like, shut up and do it. Do it 100 times. Don't tell me you can't get it when you've only tried it twice. I tell that to you, too, don't I? Right? You're like, I'm not getting this. And of course I'll say, like, what are you not getting? Let's go over it again. But sometimes it's like, well, you just need to do it a lot more. All day. I mean, I used to take like 4 training sessions a day, 5 days a week. And then I worked at night. So I was just like, and I had this wonderful, like, that timing which is there. So I try to recreate some of that now.